so I can bring her into the call. I'm excited for you guys to meet her and hear about her beautiful artwork. Hi, hi. Hope everybody's having a good day so far. It's Wednesday. Wherever you are, I hope you're having a great day. So far, there's Patty. All right. All right. Coming in. Hi. How are you doing?
I'm great. How
Oh,
are you?
you look fantastic.
Ah, thank you.
How how are things over on the East Coast?
It's getting cold.
Is it really? What's the temperature like?
It's in the 60s, but that's cold for me. I'm an island
Yeah,
girl. I'm an island girl. I don't like the
you
cold.
are.
Winter's
You are.
coming.
Well, I'm excited to have you back on here.
Thank you.
So this is the Thinking of Our Call series, and it's something that I started back in March to really introduce people to artists and creatives, interior designers. We have a wide variety of people. Patty and I did an Instagram Live a few months ago, so we wanted to do a round two of catching up to see how you're doing, what new work you've completed since we spoke the last time, but just wanted to read a little bio on Patty real fast. She's an abstract artist whose sensuous, mysterious explorations into textures, layers, and distressed materials reflect a childhood spent in the landscapes of the Caribbean. So she graduated from FIT. She spent a decade in New York City as a successful textile designer, only returned to her roots in St. Thomas in 1989. And there she really explored the vibrant optics, distressed textures, forgotten elements of nature, from sand to mica to driftwood. And her work began with more literal renderings of the Caribbean landscape expressed in seascape and portraiture. And then it evolved into opulent color, mixed media, abstractions she's known for today. So with that, I just wanted to welcome you back. I know we had a lot of viewers on the first Instagram Live that we did with you a few months ago, but just wanted to share kind of an update and what you've been working on and how you've been doing.
Wow. Okay. Well, um, I've been working on a lot of new pieces about what's been happening in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And as I explain these pieces, I hope that I want you to feel the emotion, the empathy, the loneliness that I felt during this time. And I paint my feelings. And as you see my work, you will actually feel what I felt. I could show you my studio and show you everything first if you want.
Mm-hmm.
But when I
Yeah,
explain it, you want me to show you everything first? Am I
yeah,
showing?
why don't we walk through the studio because
Yeah,
there's a number of pieces that we used in the promos. And I know that they're emotional for you, like the Second Wave,
yeah,
Lagoon, Untouched. Those
yeah,
are ones in particular that we used in the promos for the call. So maybe we
yeah,
could we walk around and look at those and
yeah.
then you talk about those with us?
Sure. Okay, so let me just show you my space, and then I'll just talk about. Let me turn this
You have an
around.
amazing studio.
So it's here we go. Let me get out of my chair before I fall. Yeah, so here's my desk that I'm at right now. So behind me, I have some very large pieces that I've done. This is a 10-foot painting. This is called Breaking Waves. If you see that,
That's an amazing piece. Beautiful.
thank you. There's a lot of stuff going on there.
Hmm.
And then this is the Blue Harmony that we're talking about. That
Hmm.
one
I
there.
love that piece. I love that's a diptych.
Thank you.
So yeah.
Yes, yes. Um, and then here's one. I don't know if you've seen this one.
I haven't. I've seen images like JPEGs of it. Yeah,
Yeah, this one's called
a lot
Jam.
of energy in that one.
Yeah. Um, this one you've seen,
Beautiful.
Sanctuary. This is 6 foot by 6 foot. Yeah. And
Amazing.
so I've got them all hanging around. This is Unity, which you've seen.
Beautiful.
Um, and
Wow.
let's see, I have an 1,100 square foot space. Here's the
Hmm.
pieces that I'm going to be talking about.
And
Okay.
there's a lot of texture, and I noticed in these new pieces
Oh, yeah.
that you're doing. So kind of talk about that a little bit. Maybe this is Lagoon. So that
Yeah.
what size is that? Is it like
Uh,
40 by 30 or
48,
so?
48 by 36. Yeah,
Okay.
that one. Yeah, I've been working a lot more. I've been doing more three-dimensional art. You know, I've done two-dimensional, but now I'm breaking the boundaries. I just want to keep going because I
Hmm.
know that it's more of an impact when you can actually, it just jumps out at you. You can really feel what I'm doing.
Hmm.
And I'll come back and explain. Um,
Okay.
here's my, here's my, storage space,
Yeah.
and definitely all my tools. That, you know, my
Hmm.
working tools.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also remember we talked about my other pieces that you know,
Yeah. So you were a
I've,
trained portrait artist, and I think that's
yeah,
something that we talked about in the first Instagram live, and how you veered away from that.
yes,
How
yeah,
I mean, these portraits are really incredible. So it really shows your, how amazing of a talent that you have.
thank you.
And touch on why you transition more from doing the portraits to the abstracts.
Well, I think that, I've done it, and it's a different mindset. It's a different way of painting. It's it's more, wow. It's about shapes and
Hmm.
lighting and um, you know, depth and just trying to make something so realistic. And there's so many colors involved in skin tone. It's 36 colors that we have in
Hmm.
our skin tone. So it's just a matter of blending and light and shadow and just trying to get everything look real, because everything is round. Our eyes are round, our face is round, our nose is round. So you're just kind of rounding everything. So
Hmm.
that's the difference. Is abstract is, you're not doing that. You're painting from within. It's
Hmm.
all painting about feeling. It's emotion. Totally different mindset. Like, you have to use a different part of your brain to paint portraiture and then abstract. And
Hmm.
once I started painting abstracts, wow, not that portraits aren't, figurative painting isn't rewarding. It is. But for some reason, painting abstracts, I'm expressing who I am. And you're
Hmm.
seeing that in my work, who I am.
Okay.
I'm painting my feelings.
So
So
that
that's
makes sense. So
that.
can we go back and
Sure.
can you stand in front of one of the new ones that you've done, the second
Sure.
wave
Yeah,
or Lagoon or Untouched, one of those, whichever one you feel comfortable to talk
absolutely.
about first?
I'll do that. And I'm just going to say that I wrote a little, when I paint, I write, I usually write about each piece. And because in the moment, what you're feeling
Hmm.
and what I'm painting, I like to write it down. Um, Humans forget things. And, I'll just say, for instance, when my daughter was little, her first words, or, what she did or how she acted or whatever, I used to write everything down.
Hmm.
You know, I said, maybe I'll remember this. But I heard that humans forget things. So I had a little book and I wrote everything down, and I go back and I read it and I say, oh my gosh, I did forget this. I did forget that. And it brings you right back to that moment. So I
Hmm.
really like writing things about what I do. So
Hmm.
I will bring you over to the one called Restless, that one
Okay.
first. And let's see, bring you over there. This one is 60 by 71.
Hmm.
Can you see it?
Yeah, it's big.
Okay, that's it. I could go in really close.
So what are
Let's
talk
see.
talk to us about that? Is that an extra layer of canvas? Is that fabric? What is that?
Actually, it's sheets.
Okay.
Sheets. And the whole story behind that is just everyone being alone, not being able to say goodbye, empty, blank, agitation, turmoil, and struggle. And, you know, we've all been affected by this.
Mm-hmm.
The block I put here symbolizes individuality,
Mm-hmm.
but we're not alone.
Mm-hmm.
We're united as one.
Okay.
So that's, you know, that's my take on it. And, you know, as you can see, it's like, you could see the turmoil. You could see the
Mm-hmm.
restlessness of the
Mm-hmm.
sheep. Um,
Yeah.
but more importantly, you know, our values have changed. We're thinking, you know, we're coming together. And so
Yeah.
that's, you know, it's a very emotional painting,
Right.
you know, when you really think about it. But in another respect, it's beautiful.
Are those sheets that you actually slept on?
Maybe,
Maybe.
maybe.
Okay. Okay.
What do I do with these sheets? Throw them out or paint with them? Hey,
Well,
I
I
don't
mean,
let
I
anything
just
go to waste. You're funny.
I just
I don't
wonder. I
let
just had to ask that question.
I don't let anything go to waste.
I believe that. I
I
totally believe that.
swear, I don't know what my problem is, but I just like I just use everything in my art. Um,
Yeah.
so
So,
and I and you notice that the paintings that are white, and there's a reason why. Since white is the presence of all color, um, this is about every race and gender. Um,
okay.
so that's why you know, I used white. Um, but let's go over to the other one. So
Which
that one
one?
is, oh, this one. This one's called Untouched. Okay. So as you see, that one's 48 by 36. There's a lot of glare on it. I don't know.
Beautiful though. Gorgeous. What's
Yeah.
the material? What did you put on the canvas?
So I used burlap, sand, and see, they're masks.
Oh, no way. Cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, this one is just, you know, this is me expressing myself. I'm, you know, just what's happening today, you know. I've condensed all time into a moment, you know,
Mm-hmm.
imprints, lost hopes and dreams, torn used fabrics and masks. You know, what's untouched is the absence spirit of a loved one. Um,
Mm. I
so
love that.
we all need to be touched. This is a
Yeah.
part of life, and it's been taken away. Do you
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, a simple touch can, you know, release oxytocin. Um,
Yeah.
and all of us, we're lacking this right now. So my whole purpose of this one is I want people to touch this painting. I actually want you, when you're looking at it, you know, like I wish it was in a museum, because I'd have a sign on it saying, touch me,
Please
please, you know,
touch. Yeah.
because, you know, I really, you know, that's the whole purpose. I want people to actually feel what I've done, you know, touch it, you know, we're
Mm-hmm.
all lacking the touching now. So
That's awesome. I
that's
love
why,
that.
thank
So that one's
you.
called Untouched.
Untouched, but I want you to touch it. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
what else can we see? Do you want to talk about Second Wave?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I love your titles, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so this one. Here it is. Second wave. Can you see?
Mm-hmm.
There's a
Wow, that's
lot.
cool.
I'm always trying to, again, break the boundaries of just using different textures. Like when I
Mm-hmm.
paint, nothing really. I don't worry about what works and what doesn't work, because what
Mm-hmm.
I put together, it's, you know, my biggest mistakes are my biggest masterpieces. It's the craziest thing.
Yeah.
Like I just put whatever into my paintings, and it works. You know, there's no rules.
Yeah.
I break the rules.
No, it's
So
gorgeous. So,
thank
so
you.
what are the circles? Is that a representation of Corona? Of
Yeah,
like,
that's representation of the first wave and the second wave. Okay,
okay, okay.
it's the texture of reality through the fabric of time.
Hmm.
Um, you know, as Einstein used to say, you know, said, um, the first wave is in the past, and the second wave is not here yet. It's a
Hmm.
projection, you know.
Okay.
And the two masses on the fabric of time can be either pulled together or pulled apart by force.
Oh, I love that. That's cool.
Yeah, so we're
What,
all learning how to live in these uncertain times, and you know, let's come together and beat this. There's so much going on now, you
so
know.
is the black paint? Is it oil paint or acrylic paint? What is it?
It's oh boy, epoxy. Sorry, because you see,
Epoxy. Okay.
yeah, epoxy paint. Say it.
Great.
That's why it has
Yeah.
such shine to it.
So are these on wood or are these on canvas, these
Oh
paintings?
yeah, this is on wood. It's
Okay, I
board.
thought they were. Okay, great.
Yeah, see, it's on board.
Mm-hmm. Amazing.
Yeah.
Love it.
So is the other one.
Okay.
Yeah, the other one that's
Love
called
that.
Turmoil. This one.
What's this one?
This one's called Turmoil. Wow.
Okay.
And when you look at all the cracks and the, you know, craziness, you
Mm-hmm.
know, all you know, turmoil that we're going
Mm-hmm.
through, great commotion, you know, confusion, disturbance, agitation. Like I'm trying to put all of that in these pieces so that when you see it, you know, you feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, it's really hard me showing you if you see it in person, you know, it's completely different because there's a lot
Yeah.
going on. There's a lot of shine, and it actually looks like
So,
crystals when you know
so
in.
how many layers are on there,
Oh
would
wow,
you say?
this one I'd say has four layers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just keep.
Okay.
I'm I'm always layering and layering and layering and layering. Yeah.
And how does it crack like that? Are you exposing it to extreme heat or
No, no.
what
I just know that,
happens?
yeah, certain paints that I have, I know that it will crack when I pour a certain amount. So that's what, you know,
So,
that's what
okay,
happens.
so for a collector buying that piece, is it going to continue to crack, or are you
No,
sealing
no.
it after it cracks? Are you sealing it before you ship it out?
No, actually, because it's epoxy, once it cracks, you're done and it's just solid. This is hard. It's
Got
not
it.
cracking
Okay.
anymore. It's
Okay.
completely touching it. Nothing else is going to happen. Yeah.
I like how physical you are with your work too. I think that that's really good because, we're taught, to not touch art and be super careful, and you love people to really
Yeah.
interact with your art physically.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, you
Yeah.
know, I really want people to, you know, feel what I feel. And yeah, why not? Why not touch it? What's it going to do? You know?
Okay, so what's the big contrast was Lagoon.
Ah,
So
Lagoon. Let's
wait,
get on
did
a
you
lighter
also do
note.
that one recently?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Here, let me camera around again.
'Cause I think the
Okay.
colors in that are really extraordinary.
Yeah. You know, this is blue. I just, you know, I've had such great response with this one because apparently people love the color blue because I know you like green.
I do.
I heard you like green.
I do.
I,
Green is my favorite color, but blue is my
there you
second
go,
favorite color.
green. I
I
did.
know, I love that one.
Um, but most people really love blue. And
Hmm.
it's because it's linked to positivity, harmony, spirituality, peace,
Hmm.
tranquility. You know, so I called it Lagoon because I just use different depths of blue with sand. Um, the diagonal lines suggest a feeling of movement or direction.
Mm-hmm.
and it just creates a mood of emotion and peace. So, you know,
And
like
is
it's
this,
weird.
and there's texture on that as well.
Oh
So,
yeah.
so do you use epoxy? Is it acrylic and oil and epoxy, or what are the materials on this one?
This is acrylic. I did not use epoxy. I used acrylic. I used sand. Here it is,
Mm-hmm.
right there. Can you see?
Yeah.
And I used a oil marker, oil crayon to do the line. You see the
Hmm.
squiggles?
Yeah. That's
So it's
cool.
an oil base.
It's
So
really
yeah,
beautiful. Yeah.
thank you. And that one's 48 by 36.
There was a question that we had earlier. Can you also try to make dried trees using sheets? I think
Can
it
I
will come out perfect. That was a question.
say that one more time?
Can you try to make on the one painting? I think it was Untouched.
Yeah,
Can you try? And he was referencing. Can you also try to make dried trees using sheets?
dried trees.
Yeah, that's what he says. Well, I guess he really
No.
probably meant you make sheets out of dried trees. I think it
Oh,
was, yeah,
wow.
yeah, two, yeah. So anyway, that
Oh,
was a question. So what
that's
other materials have you used besides, things that you've used, or what are some of the memorable things that are in your paintings
oh
of
wow. Oh,
of past?
I've used lava dust. I've used some pieces of driftwood.
Hmm.
Let's see, mica,
Hmm.
um, gold. Diamond dust. I actually bought real diamond dust, and I used that in one of my paintings. That was amazing. Um,
Nice.
yeah. Um, oh man, just whatever I could find. Oh, here, I'll show you one thing. Um,
Okay. And I would also hear like what else really has inspired you during this time. I mean, I think when we talked a few months ago, I mean, we were still digesting the new life that we're that we're living with COVID.
yeah,
But how have how have things been for you personally? Like in your painting process, have you become more introspective? Have you been, I mean, have you shifted your focus a lot, or are you just going deeper into the process that you already had started?
I think I'm going deeper into the process. This is giving me time to really, really explore more. Like I said, just reach different boundary, like break the boundaries, and just
Hmm.
in lockdown, what else are you going to do? So I think the last time we were talking, I was painting on cardboard because I couldn't get to the store to the art store to get canvas because we were all in lockdown.
Yeah.
So I just use different anything I could find that would work in my art. I just use.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, there's nothing that. Oh, here's another thing. Um,
I love
here.
that you're running around your giant
I
studio.
know, I'm running around. So here's another piece. I love this piece.
That's
Wow.
beautiful.
This is cheesecloth,
Hmm.
and this is a piece of coral that I found. But I just love this.
Oh, gorgeous.
Yeah,
Is
you
that
see?
on wood?
Yeah, it's on wood.
Oh, it's
Right.
it's beautiful. I like that. It's very
Thank you.
it's very soft, but also it's textural. So it's almost like a
Yeah,
sculpture.
right. And sometimes I
Um,
do, like little studies and stuff. So when I
mhm.
did the sheets, I did this. Like, look how small they are. And then I did the
Yeah.
black.
Oh,
So
it's cool.
these
That's
are
very
called
cool.
Alpha and Omega.
So you have a show coming up, right?
Yeah, I
In New
do.
York in Tribeca. So
I
do you
do.
want to talk about that? And it's exciting that galleries are starting to kind of
Open up.
open
Yeah,
up, and
I know.
yeah, we're figuring this out, which is great. So talk about the upcoming show.
Yeah, so I'm in this, I'm with I'm virtual gallery. Everyone's doing virtual gallery right now.
Hmm.
Um, so I'm with a virtual gallery called John Maislish Virtual Gallery. And
Hmm.
so we are doing a 5-day pop up. October 14th to the 19th,
Hmm.
um, at One Art Space Gallery in Tribeca. Very exciting.
Okay.
So I will be showing a lot of my colorful pieces, you know.
Okay.
Um,
Great.
so, and I'm doing a meet and greet the artist. Um, geez, I can't remember what day I'm doing it, but I've been so busy. But I'm doing a meet and greet.
Well, you guys stay tuned on her Instagram and she'll let you know.
Yeah,
So,
definitely,
but that's
definitely.
exciting that
Yeah,
you're doing. How many paintings do we have in the show?
5.
Okay, it's exciting.
Yeah, and I'm doing
And
I'm doing the larger ones, the 4x6s.
okay,
Yeah. Hmm.
that's awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
What will the price ranges be from this kind of the smallest to the largest? Just give people an idea.
The smallest 5 and goes up to 8.
Okay, awesome. Good price points
Yeah.
for people
Yeah.
looking to buy. So what else would you like to talk about that we haven't covered? I mean, I want to kind of give the floor to you because I know when we talked about, this a couple days ago about what you've been going through and the emotions that, that the volatility of the emotions that we all have gone through. You've experienced some personal things that have, kind of impacted your art and the new art that we're seeing. So if there's anything else that you want to share about that, I think it would be interesting for people to hear about it.
Hmm. What did I say to you the other day? um, um, are you talking about what we spoke
Hmm.
about my
I didn't,
mom,
yeah,
or
I
no?
didn't know if you wanted to talk about that or
Okay,
not.
that's what I thought you were getting at. I'm like,
Yeah, but I
okay.
didn't want to say it.
Okay, so because I usually when I paint and I'm going through a hard time, um, I I I express my feelings through my art.
Hmm.
So that's how I've always been all my life. As a child, I just go lock myself in a room if I was upset, depressed, whatever, and I would
Hmm.
just draw. That's my way of healing. That is, that's what I do. I put it on paper, on canvas, and I'm 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 really blessed that I can do that because it really takes it off me and I just put it down on canvas.
Hmm.
Um, I'm doing a series right now. My mom has um, cancer for the second time. Now it's metastasized. So she, I decided to do a series of abstracts using her scans because it's all in her spine. So I've got the scans from her doctors, and I'm doing a whole series of, from the beginning and how,
Hmm.
and what's happening with her cancer.
Hmm.
So that's my way of healing. And it's a way to get that energy out there for her
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
yeah, so I did a very, very large one. I believe it's about 9 feet by 4 feet of her scan. And people come into my home, and it's up in my stairway, and you think that's wow, that's kind of depressing, but it's not. It's people come and they go, wow, that's really beautiful. I want that. I want people to bring good energy to her
Hmm.
scan.
Hmm.
So people come in and they're like, wow, that is really, really beautiful. And they look at it and they look at it. And I go, do you know what that is? And they go, no, no. But I go, that's my mom's inside. It's her scan. And there's
Right.
her spine. And you could see this cancer spots. And they say, oh my gosh, people just, they can't believe it. But
Hmm.
by them bringing good energy to seeing my mom's, you know, scans in my
Sure.
art, I'm hoping for, a miracle. I'm hoping for good
Yeah.
energy, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah. So
I think
I would
that's
like to someday do a show
mhm.
showing the progression and showing what I've done.
I think that's beautiful, and thank you for sharing that because a lot of people, whether that people have been affected by COVID or some other health issues, everybody can relate to that. And it's brave of you, to talk about it. And I'm excited to hear more about the series as you work on it. And so maybe we can do another
Oh
Instagram
yeah.
live
Oh,
around that and kind of talk
that would
about that as well,
that would be
and
awesome.
share that with people. But what give us the dates of your show in Tribeca again?
Yeah, it's the 14th to the 19th.
14th to
Uh,
the 19th of
yeah,
October.
October. It's at One Art Space Gallery, and
Okay.
it's 23 Warren Street.
Mhm.
So just I'll be posting information about it. I'll definitely be posting you know photos of you know on Instagram day
Good.
by day,
All
and
right, that's awesome. And then you'll have a meet and greet as well, so we can,
yes,
when you know about that, let me know and I'll repost that and share that
okay, that sounds great.
with everybody. But I wanted to
Yeah,
thank you for doing the call. I mean, I
yeah,
can't
thank you.
believe the half hour has already passed,
I
but
know.
big fan of your work. I'm so excited to see the direction of where you're going,
Thank you.
and
Thank you so much.
for people to really become more aware of your work overall. So anyway, I will talk to you soon. Thank you everybody for joining. I'll put it on my IGTV so you can watch it again and share it with your friends or family. So
Okay. Sounds
thank
great.
you,
Thank you
Patty.
for having me again. Thanks, Gipton.
Of course, of course. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.